Want some, get some. Can I get a hell yeah? Yes, I am a pirate. You have to go with the pirates because, of course, they have cannons and everything. It's a pirate's life for me. Be proud of who you are and what you are. You're a pirate. It is a first down. Pirates. Because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Well, you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it. I think I've ever been in a building as loud as that was. It was deafening in there. You ever been to Omaha? I can promise you that. And it's purple all night long in Eastern North Carolina.
You're watching The Sports Objective, the podcast for Pirates.
My heart is purple and gold. I'm a pirate down of my soul, and I don't back down, not at all. Find out when the cannons explode.
All right, welcome in to TSO Sunday night as we have that midterm of the transfer portal. We'll be talking about that middle. We have one more week. This Friday is the end of the transfer portal. We'll be talking more about that, of the transfer portal window, if you will. But you can still come after the transfer portal. We'll be talking about that, right, Kyle Barber?
Yeah. The transfer portal ends 16th. You have to declare for the portal by the 16th. But if you're not picked up during that time period, teams can still pick you up, at any point. But you have to declare by the 16th. I think that was kind of a forgotten point, and something JR was trying to say the other day, and I think didn't have confidence in what he was saying, doubting himself, but that's what he was trying to say the other day.
Kyle, you're 1,000% correct, and I just want to apologize up front if I did any injustice to Stephen Igo, who never gives out misinformation. He only gives out stuff that's 100% accurate. I may have misquoted him a little bit, but yeah, you're right about that, Kyle. Yeah, I clarified that today. I thought that was the case, and then I clarified it, and yeah, that is the case. And then another caveat that's going to be very, very important to East Carolina down the line here, potentially with, somebody been playing that national championship game that we may be coming this way. If you're playing a national championship game, you have until the 25th of January to declare for the portal. So keep that in mind, Pirate Nation.
And we have a very important piece, right, Kyle?
Yeah. I don't know how much we're supposed to talk about it or not. I know it's being talked about on message boards now, but okay. I don't want to say anything that.
Yeah, let's just leave it.
Yeah, because you don't want anything to get screwed up. But yeah, very, very important piece that I think everybody in Pirate Nation, probably everybody that watches this show, knows what the hell I'm talking about anyway. Guys, I don't know. How's everybody else feel about discussing it? It's being discussed now on message boards by people like Stephen Igo. I mean,
I'd leave it for right now, Kyle, because you know how people are about our show.
Well, we didn't make this one up. JR, Matt, what do y'all think?
We can discuss it. We'll just leave the name and the school out of it. How about that?
Yeah. Well, it's one of two schools.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll just so we can say we could talk about the fact that we have our guy.
Yeah. So the quarterback position, besides Mitch Griffiths, there's another quarterback, but he is a backup at one of the two schools playing in the national championship game that is supposed to be hitting this way. It's supposed to be a done deal, but it scares the crap out of me because of team rules, he won't enter the portal until after the national championship game. This particular player, because this team, either Indiana or Miami, their team rules do not allow you to participate in the national championship game if you enter the portal. Now, he can do it in terms of the NCAA if his coach would bend on those rules, but that's why he hasn't entered the portal yet. But so yeah, there you go on the quarterback situation. And if you want to know more, do your own research.
All right, and we actually were going to talk about. We have that list. We'll talk about the pickups this week, and the people that want to be Pirates don't care. The people that don't want to be Pirates, I would just be frank about that. And so we can definitely talk about that. We'll be talking about later on after we talk about I want to say to our great fans, and I appreciate you very much, not only Pirate Nation, but of TSO, we'll be giving our midterm grades. That doesn't mean let me be very clear. We still have a week to go, and it's probably going to be hectic this coming week. Friday is the end of the transfer portal window, so we'll see how that all turns out and plays out. But we'll talk about that. But we'll talk about a midterm grade, and we'll also get your feelings. Those that are listening and watching, we'll get your grade on how we're doing so far. Matt Semenza, man, you are our transfer portal expert. You, Johnny, I know Stevie, Kyle, we all follow it, but you have been living in the transfer portal for a few years now. You've got your apartment there with the.
He's actually trying to get in the transfer portal.
Oh, wait a minute! He's gonna leave the show.
Yeah, he's leaving the show.
Wait a minute! We got to get people. Hey, Matt, remember last week? We got to get people to start giving money again.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm planning. Why do you think I said this, Dave? Come on.
Oh, okay, all right, I'll follow you.
You know, I'll be honest. I got another offer. It is more money, but I'm not sure about the playing time. And unlike Sakai Barker, guys, I'm staying here.
Wow.
I'm staying here for the airtime. I'm going to turn down a little bit of money and protect my career.
Well, I hear Christy wants you to go to the Boneyard podcast.
Oh man!
No, we're staying right here.
Well, you'll do what Christy says.
Yeah, according to some. But I'll tell you that the Sakai Barker situation is interesting. You know what? Let's save that. Let's save that one. We'll get into that one later on.
Okay. Appreciate the big. By the way, guys, another big crowd already early. So thanks. Keep those people coming, and don't forget to like our show, wherever you're watching it, because we need to make sure we can do that. But anyway, all is good. I'm excited about you guys. I'm really excited about things so far, and so far so good. We'll keep our fingers crossed about the quarterback position. But overall, is there a place you want to start? What position do you want to start at? Offensive line, Matt? You want to start there, or where do you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll just jump right in, Dave. I mean, first of all, fellas, like, how crazy is this whole situation? I mean, if you're a college football coach, look at Blake Harrell. You essentially have, the NCAA is saying to you, here's 2.5 weeks, all right, to essentially build out your football team. We're going to determine if you're going to be a really good team, an average team, or a bad team by what you do over the next 2.5 weeks. And that's really where it's at. And I got to, first of all, before we can get into like the personnel, I got to give so much credit to Blake and this staff, because these guys have attacked it, man. Like, you got to feel like this program is in good hands. Blake Harrell, he clearly had a plan in place with the rest of the staff. A lot of new faces who, I mean, we were bringing in new coaches within the last week. And we're hosting visitors. We have a general manager evaluating players. I mean, you talk about a lot of moving parts. So you got to give the staff credit. But I'll start with the O-line, and Kyle was talking about this in the pregame, in the pre-show. But I believe you build a football team from the inside out. The foundation is the O-line, and I think we've done really well there, guys. We've brought in 3 players that have a ton of experience, a ton of size, plug-and-play type guys. So I think we hit it out of the park so far with the O-line, and I don't think we're done yet. I think we're going to bring in at least 2 more guys, and so that's my opener right there.
Yeah, you bring in an all-conference USA guy like the kid from Kennesaw State. That's a guy that probably, I don't know, maybe he didn't have P4 offers, but he certainly – I'm sure had a lot of opportunities at other Group of 5 schools. That was a big get. You bring in a starting offensive lineman from Southern Miss, a Sun Belt team that made it to a bowl this year, and then you bring in a starting offensive lineman from a good FCS program in Northern Arizona. That those are 3 really good gets that a lot of Group of 5 schools won't get. And all offensive lineman, defensive lineman is the toughest positions to get, and that's 3 big time pickups. Those aren't developmental players. Those aren't guys who haven't played. These are experienced, successful starters, and one of them all conference from Kennesaw, who won Conference USA this year. So, I mean, I'm very impressed with the job we've done with the offensive line, and as well as some other positions.
No doubt. And Stevie, being a head coach, I know that you can You got a feel for Blake Harrell, but what's your thoughts on? I know that we're in a different era now from what we grew up with. What's your thoughts on the transfer portal? I guess Stevie is watching the Chargers game.
No, I'm here. I thought I'd unmuted it. Okay,
Oh,
my
okay.
bad.
I was coming to you being a head coach.
Yeah, I think Blake's done a great job with this portal thing so far. As tricky as it can be, picking up the offensive lineman, and I hope Matt's right. I hope we pick up some more. But that secondary too, he's done a heck of a job with the secondary too, getting the kid from App State and the kid from Louisville too. So yeah, I think Blake's done a great job so far, and I think there's still more to come.
And Johnny, by the way, coming to you, you and I met Luke Mullet, right, as our general manager.
Luke Mullet, I saw him today.
Hey, you and I have had high praises after we. You remember after we talked to him, and you were Johnny. I got to give Johnny credit. You were the one that of the show that was like, that guy is really good. Like just talking to him, we knew that he was good, right?
I feel like I'm a good judge of character. I knew right away he was my kind of guy, and that he, I liked his vision. So, I think he's doing a great job so far. Lance Ware as well. I think we're in good hands, but it's just like the players. I just hope that we don't get, other schools, bigger schools trying to take them from us. It's always a battle, Dave. Anytime you do well in any area, you gotta, defend. But what I liked about this portal so far, the offensive line, obviously, I don't want to bang on that again because I don't want to be redundant. But yeah, that was one of my favorite parts. But wide receiver, I mean, this kid Landon Sides, I've been watching him for a couple of years. He's just a great. He's got speed. He can play the outside. He can play the slot. He's got great hands. He's great on third downs. You got Ray Joseph that, I don't know that he's going to be able to step in right away and contribute, on the offense right away, but he's a special teams guy. And I heard him interviewed, and he's just a really, really well-grounded young man. He studies the game. He's just a great route runner. He has the speed. So, we picked up a lot of speed in wide receiver. Just to give you an example, as far as like 100-meter times, Sides is running. Oh man, hold on a minute here. Okay, so Sides is running a 10.54 100-meter.
Wow.
That is ridiculous. Just to put that in perspective, Michael Allen, our running back that we got, he runs a 10.70, which is really, really, really good. But Peterson and Mosby, who we picked up on the defensive side out of the portal, they're both track guys, and their best times are 11.54. So Landon Sides is running a full second faster than them. I mean, that is blazing fast. So, I mean, it's going to be good to see, him stretch the field a little bit. And Petaway, people have written him off. I don't know if he'll be back. If he is, though, I don't know what happened to him last year, but he does have speed. Petaway is a burner too. So I know we didn't see that, but the two of them together, and you put in some other pieces. I'm really happy with what we did at wide receiver.
Yeah, you got the kid from Wake Forest that we signed today.
He's a freak. He's a little bit of a freak.
Several others. I think the starter from Furman.
Jakeith Hamilton.
Yes, I mean, he was their leading receiver, I believe.
Yeah, and he didn't drop. He, according, the stats are hard to come by at that level, but apparently he never had a drop. He went to the same high school that Lance Ware coached at, so there's some familiarity there.
Yeah,
and Shelby High School, and the kid from that you were mentioning, Kyle, that we picked up from Wake Forest. I got to do a better job of organizing my notes. Anyhow, he is like a basketball dude, and they said that when it comes to contested balls, there's just no. He's really good at working back to the ball. He's really good at making contested catches, and he's really good at sideline catches. So all those are great qualities to have. So between all of them together, I just feel like we have a really good incoming group.
Yeah, and you mentioned Sides from North Texas and his speed. Another thing about him, he knows the offense. Obviously, been playing in North Texas. That's our OC. That's where he came from. So he'll be able to help teach this offense along with the coaches to these receivers, which I like that a lot too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, what was that?
Yeah, I think
between him and Ashton Gray at running back, between the two of them, yeah, we'll have two coaches on the offense that have run this system.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to go back for a second to the wide receivers, just to kind of touch on that, JR. I mean, I thought, to go back to your point, I thought Sides was kind of like one of the key pickups in this entire class, because you needed to bring in a guy from North Texas who knew the system, because what's going to happen, he's almost becomes like a coach on the field, especially in spring practice, where he's helping guys get lined up. He's helping guys with the routes. So that was a key signing. But, if you just look at like the core of our receivers we now have, you look at Brock Spalding, right? He can play inside and outside. He's going to be a big-time playmaker next year. You have I figure Sides, by my estimation, he's going to have anywhere from 30 to 50 receptions. You have the kid from, I believe it's Hamilton, from Furman, who, he's 6'2", so he brings size. Melvin, 6'4", from Wake Forest.
Yeah.
You still have Cloud and Lorick guys in the program. I'll tell you, the kid from Havelock, and I don't know if you mentioned him, JR. I got
Johnny Williams.
Yeah.
Speed again.
Yeah, speed.
Yeah. He's the type of guy where, like, I envision you get the ball to him on jet sweeps, shallow crossers.
Oh,
you get it, you get it to him in space, and he can use his quickness to make plays. So you start to look at this wide receiver room, and it's shaping up to be a really a good room. Now, a lot of these guys haven't played a ton, and they don't have a ton of catches, right? Like I think
Ray
Melvin,
Joseph. Yeah.
Yeah. And like Melvin, I think he only has 3 catches so far in his college career, but he's got the ability. And when you have guys like Spalding and Sides who can be your feature receivers, now you can start to build around them. So that room is shaping up in a big way.
Yeah. Hey, I looked back at Ray Joseph's comments when he was a senior in high school from the scouts, and they said, this guy's unstoppable following pre-snap motion and jet sweeps and swing passes. And they gave him a 10 on route running, and they gave him a 10 on yards after carry. Now, he hasn't had, he's been at Miami. He hasn't had the opportunities, but, man, that guy could be like a really high-ceiling dude, and special teams as well. Yeah, Ray.
Yeah. Hey, he's sturdy. When you look at him, he's a sturdy player. He's not thin like Petaway. Petaway's like a slight stature. I mean, this dude is pretty. He's pretty thick. So he's gonna be able to take a hit and make some plays. So yeah, I agree, man. It's a great pickup.
Another guy, you talking about the wide receiver room. We're talking about the running back room. Talking about knowing the system with Sides. Gray comes in from North Texas also. Their number 2 running back had like 149 in the bowl game. Another guy that knows the system. He was ranked the 17th best running back in the portal. So that was a big time pickup. And another guy that knows the system. And Mitch Griffins, or however you say his last name. Griffiths, comes over from Texas Tech, who runs a similar offense. And they feel like he has at least a grasp on the system already coming in. And, of course, we'll be bringing in another quarterback or two. That's coming, as we mentioned, with, a kid that's currently a backup on one of the 2 teams in the national championship game. But so you got him, who Texas Tech, somewhat similar system, has some familiarity, lots of starts at Wake Forest. and then Gray, the running back from North Texas. So, this offense is going to have to be plug and play. You feel good about the moves we made on defense. What do you guys make of not taking really very much, if any, on the defensive line so far? Do you think that's just, again, because they have confidence in the guys they develop, and if you're not going to be able to go grab a big-time defensive line, that they just trust the guys they develop more?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're just like you said, Kyle. They're going to trust that, trust they can develop that line. I mean, you look what we did last year with that defense that nobody, including us, thought was going to be as strong as it was this year, and look what our coaching staff was able to do with that. So, yeah, I think that's the case right there.
Yeah, and we did get Ryan Roseborough last year in the portal, and he should be a significant contributor, coming up. And Justin Benton would have been, well, maybe not even. He might not have been, but you know what? He decided to go to North Texas, so that's fine. Whatever.
Pays, I don't know if I'd say that for sure. South Florida has done really, really well.
Yeah, he said, looks like us and North Texas have. Well, yeah, it's us, North Texas, and South Florida as USF.
How's Memphis doing? I mean, Memphis has got a lot of money.
Yeah. Memphis has done well, Kyle. They had a slow start. They got off to a slow start, but they've done well. I think, if you want to go by 24/7 ratings, they're rated ahead of us.
Okay.
But South Florida is nationally, rated. Like they've had a really, really good class, but.
So what are the ratings right now in the American? I'm going to assume South Florida, Memphis, Tulane, us, North Texas.
Well, I can give them to you if you give me a few minutes, because
all right,
I got to go into the other room.
While you're efforting on that, JR, just to go back to the D-line really quick, I think too another reason why you haven't seen us grab anybody, I think some of that is dictated by the market and what we can afford. And I think now that you're starting to see sort of the, I'll call it the big schools, the bigger schools with the resources gobble up, the top players out there. I think there's going to be really good opportunities for us to bring in one or two D linemen that can make a difference. I think those guys are going to be out there, and you're not going to have to pay a lot for them now. So I think it makes sense to be patient there. Other spots we had to go out and fill. We had to go out and get offensive linemen. Got to get a quarterback. You got to get a receiver. But I think the D line, we could be a little more patient there. And but I do expect. Look, I think you're going to see two more offensive linemen at least, maybe more. I think you're going to see at least two D linemen. It's going to keep going. I mean, we have spots available. Yeah. Two more quarterbacks. Yeah. Yep.
And by the way, I'm not going to comment on too many guys that have left. And I don't really give a damn where they end up, but I do want to say that Cheston did a decision to me was it's mind-boggling. I don't. He to be sure, he didn't think he should be guaranteed the starting spot. Now, should he have been guaranteed an opportunity that he was going to be, he was, Griffins, however you say the boy's last, Mitch. Nobody thinks he's just going to be handed the spot. It's not like we've signed, somebody coming in that, was a starter at the FBS level this past year. So I don't know. I don't know what Ditta's thinking is. I don't know if it's, hey, if I'm going to have to sit on the bench, I might as well go make some money at a P4 school if he can get picked up by. I don't think he will, though.
No.
He'll end up at another, he may end up at this North Texas stuff is starting to become incestuous. I mean, we've hired their OC and their wide receivers coach. They hired our running backs coach. We've had players leave here and go there. They've had players leave there and come here. And now Ditta's rumored to be going there. That's the what you're hearing most. He's a Texas kid. He's going to go there. I mean, then you got Sakiah Barker, who comes back and visits, and it looks like he's going to go to North Texas. I mean, it's getting weird with us in North Texas. Is that going to become a rivalry?
Hopefully not. Hopefully we'll just put them in their place, and there won't be a rivalry. We'll just dominate them. But hey, Chaston Ditta, I feel like part of his issue, I think he has some maturing to do. First of all, he's a young kid,
Does
but I
anybody,
feel
JR,
like
I don't mean to cut you off. Do you have any idea why the hell he's nicknamed Gravedigger?
nah, I don't.
Nah,
He,
I heard that.
Oscar truck.
but being from Lake
Maybe-
Travis High School,
Maybe because he just dug his own grave by entering the
yeah,
portal.
that's
Oh.
I said that.
That's a good one. I hate I don't have a relative.
Anyhow, I feel like he feels like, hey, I'm a Lake Travis product. I'm the next Baker Mayfield. You got to give me some respect. And I think we're giving him respect, but there's no way he's getting the keys handed to him. And I feel like he's making a mistake. He'll realize it later. He's not going anywhere else and being number one on the depth chart. So yeah, Kyle, that one is a head scratcher for sure.
I mean,
He might have won the job. I mean, I don't
Could
understand
have.
it.
He could have.
I don't
have,
understand
but
it. I just
it's not like he lit it up in that military bowl. He managed the game. He did really well.
He did really well considering the quality of defense we were playing.
Exactly. But you didn't do enough to say, hey, gosh, this is Ditta's team next year. This is
No.
Ditta's team.
If he would have thrown for another 100 yards or something like that, then yeah. But or if we would have did that without 5 turnovers, he was handed extra possessions. But
he only threw for 21 yards to players not named Anthony Smith.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I just don't understand it. I do think he's got a lot of potential. I wouldn't be surprised if one day down the road he is a good starting quarterback. But
yeah,
I wonder if it became a deal. Did we give Mitch more money than we were giving Ditta? Was that the deal? I mean, I would think financially they should be about on the same level. Maybe Mitch a little more, being a proven starter in the ACC in the past. But
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't. I mean, he started 10 FBS games, so compared to 1. I don't know. I don't know if that was the deal. I do know that we thought that the kid that we're waiting on that's playing in the national championship game as a backup at quarterback. The hope was that they would lose Thursday, and that he would make his decision formal. And I'm assuming he went ahead and made it known that, yes, I'm definitely coming to ECU. I just can't enter the portal yet because I want to participate in this national championship game and get a ring, or try to. And so that's why Ditta left. I don't know. I'd love to know, and I am interested to see where Ditta ends up. I normally have these kids. I don't give a damn where they go, and I see people reporting on it, and I'm like, who cares?
Right.
But with Ditta, I am interested, just out of pure curiosity.
Yeah,
I
I think a lot. I think you make good points, Kyle. I mean, a lot of these kids, they just, I don't think they understand the situation that when you play at this level of college football, that you're not going to go anywhere and just be gifted a starting job. It just doesn't work like that. There's too many great players out there. Everywhere you go, you're going to have to compete. And I truly wonder if Ditta maybe thinks that because we won. Now, look, we won the Military Bowl because of our defense and Anthony Smith. Ditta, yeah, he hit a few. He hit the deep ball to Smith, which was a little underthrown. He hit the deep in cut, which Smith then turned into about a 70-yard touchdown pass. He didn't wow me by any stretch. Now, for a freshman, he managed the game. He did well, but if in his mind he thinks we won that game because of what he did, he's delusional. Look, I think that a lot of these kids don't want to compete. They want to be gifted a starting job. And that's, to me, when I look at this, that's what I see. I see a kid who, maybe he had his feelings hurt because we were going out and bringing in new quarterbacks. Guess what? I don't feel sorry for you. That's the landscape we're in. So if you don't want to compete, this is my feeling. I'll always say this. I'm ECU first before any player. I'm ECU first.
Well, now you have to be that way.
If you don't want to compete, for the job here, then please go ahead, go hit the portal, man. We'll find other players.
I just don't understand. Like I say, it may be, it's just, was it a money thing that hurt his feelings? Was it does he think he can go to a P4 school and compete? If I'm gonna have to compete, I'm gonna compete at a P4. And again, where Steve and I go from 24/7 Sports thinks he's going is North Texas. So You know, he's from Texas, so he's closer to home. Maybe that's his thought. Maybe it's I'll go down there if I'm going to have to compete for the starting job at an American school. I'll be close to home. I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
strange situation to me, and I did not see it coming.
I didn't either. You know, he had to think though, Matt, that he was going to be in a 5-man quarterback room at least. ECU's always had a 5-man quarterback room, and it was down to 2, him and Hodge, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, and to answer Josh's question, yeah, we're waiting on right now. It looks like we're waiting on. I think his name is Jalen Davis. He's a backup at Michigan. He visited, and we're kind of waiting on his decision. And if he decides yes, I think we're going to sign him. And if not, we're going to look elsewhere. The situation with the kid we're waiting on scares the shit out of me. I would go get a proven FCS starter, and maybe we don't have the money for that. Plus the kid we're waiting on, but I wish we could come up with it. Or maybe if we go get a proven FCS starter, the kid we're waiting on doesn't come then. But this just scares the hell out of me. I think Mitch Griffin. I'm just going to start calling him Andy Griffith. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he has a good chance to win the job. But you can't rely on that. And then you got to have some backup. Cole Hodge is inexperienced.
Yeah.
We don't know if he can do it at this level. So yeah, we're definitely going to sign 2 more quarterbacks. I'd really like to sign a proven FCS guy. The kid from North Texas who was the backup there was a proven starter at Albany who was very good at the FCS level, and somebody I thought would be visiting here, but apparently I don't know. Maybe him and Jordan Davis just don't get along. I don't know. I find that's very strange that his name has not come up.
Poffenberger.
Reese's Poffenberger. Yeah, sounds like a made up name.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, Kyle, to answer your question, I'm going to give you the AAC rankings for recruiting for 2026. South Florida's just blowing everybody away.
For the portal.
In the portal. Yeah, portal. 29 commits for South Florida. They have a ranking of 24.50, a score. Okay, North Texas second, Temple third, Memphis fourth, and then we're fifth, UTSA sixth. And,
I'm going to call bullshit on that Temple third.
Yeah, well, we have 17 commits. They have 18 commits, but their commits are rated higher than ours. They have 8 3-stars. We have 5 3-stars. So I don't know. You know what I do know? I was leading up to this. I don't care about rankings, portal rankings, because it seems like Blake does more with less. Like he doesn't care. Our ranking last year was 11th, and we turned out a pretty good class. And in 24, we turned out a pretty good class. What other people think somebody's worth and what our coaching staff feels like they can develop players into are 2 entirely different things. So I'm not stressed at all about the fact
are
that
these rankings when you say 3-star, 4-star, and that's where are they reevaluating these kids in the portal, or are these based off their high school rankings?
Yeah, they are, and I'll tell you why. Because if you looked at East Carolina, it says we have 5 3-star, but if you go to the 24/7 site, we have 11 3-stars. So I guess they're reevaluated. They must be, because I don't know where they're coming up with the 5 number from.
Yeah, so they have us 5th in the American. I'm going to call BS on that. I would say
I do too. I do too. It's an imperfect system.
I'm going to say we're top 3. I'm going to say we're 3rd best in the American.
And keep in mind that we have a week to go, guys.
Yeah. Hey, Dave, before we get too far away from it, you mentioned, Luke Mullet and Lance Ware. And I'm just going to say, talking about Zakai Barker and talking about Chaston Ditta, this is a tough job for those guys, man. This is crazy. So I'm thankful that we have those 2 guys, and it's just not an easy job, man. It's to deal with stuff like that on top of everything else.
Yep.
It's a really tough assignment. So yeah, hopefully I feel like you said, Matt, or Kyle, one of you 2 said, there's going to be more players that we're going to sign. So I feel confident we're going to have a good, we already have a good class. I just think it's going to be better.
At this point, to me, besides signing a couple of defensive linemen and a kicker, the biggest thing to me is the quarterback situation. We've got to sign two, and hopefully the kid works out that we're apparently banking the program on, waiting for a kid that can't enter the portal yet. We're just going to trust that he's going to keep his word. So I would give me take, and I hope it works out. And I love Blake Harrell. Look, you guys knows I'll be critical, and y'all don't hear me say anything negative about Blake. I love Blake Harrell, but if Blake's gonna listen to this, and I don't know Jordan Davis from Adam's House Cat, but I'll say this to Blake: be very careful, man, with trusting a kid who hasn't entered the portal yet, who we're trusting is going to keep his word, and I hope he does. But I'm telling you, if there's a good FCS quarterback out there you can get, I'd pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Well, then, that's the gamble you take. Is if you do that, then we definitely won't get that person.
No, I'd rather have a bird in hand and two in the bush.
Yeah.
Well,
I agree, Kyle.
But I agree with you. But don't you think that there's negotiations going on behind the scenes?
That's the problem. Negotiations are going on behind the scenes. He could be telling us, I'm coming, and then also the whole time talking to somebody else and
telling him, hey, this is what
look no further than Hollywood Smothers, guys. He
had verbal.
Kid from NC State who committed to Alabama about a week ago in the portal. All right. Really, really very good player. I mean, quick, can catch the ball to the backfield. He, like I said, he verbally committed. And then I guess 2 days ago, changed his mind and said he was going to go to Texas, who, by the way, is killing it in the portal. So to your point, you make a good point. You cannot trust anything, especially these agents. You know what I mean? I mean, there's so many shady agents out there, guys. You know who a lot of these agents are? All right, so let's say Dave is a high-profile quarterback and a quarterback, and I'm Dave's uncle. Dave could make me his agent. Yeah. All right. I mean, that's what you have a lot of here. You have people trying to capitalize on kids who don't really have the information, and they want to make a commission. And so this is a screwed up system. And you're right. You can't depend on anything until it's signed, sealed, and delivered.
Put Bubba's comment back up there. Yeah, he's smart enough to not get played. And we're not saying names, Bubba. Well, we didn't say the name. You did. But
Bubba screwed it up.
But he's smart enough not to get played. But I just don't trust it, man. If you can't enter that portal now and go on and sign on that dotted line, if you will, on the 16th, then I'm moving on. That's just me.
Yeah. Hey, Matt, what about Nathan Gronkmeyer from Penn State? He committed to Virginia Tech. They announced it. They put out the announcement that they have their new quarterback. Now he bailed. He bailed on him. I guess he hated Blacksburg. He knew he knew who James Franklin was. He played for him, but after 2 days he was like, "Get me out of here. I don't want to." So it's crazy that this is allowed to happen like this.
And that kid can play. I mean, I'll tell you what. I'm assuming we can't afford him, but we should absolutely be, or at least depending on what happens with him, because that kid can play. I mean, You look at some of his stats that he put up this year. Bubba was actually showing me yesterday. He played against Indiana and had a hell of a game against Indiana. So just something to think about.
Well, it pays. It doesn't have to be an FCS quarterback. There are other backup, guys with some experience in the portal at other FBS schools that can still, I don't know, man. I just don't like. I think we're going to sign another. The kid from Michigan apparently is who we're looking to sign. Davis, or what's his name again, guys? Jaden Davis.
Jaden Davis.
Yeah, so that'll be another one. But he's got a weird delivery. I don't
well,
know.
You know what, Kyle? So did Phillip Rivers, and look how that turned out.
So did Holton Ahlers, for that matter.
Yeah.
But
Good point.
Wow. Yep.
But I don't know. I just this situation with the kid from either Miami or Indiana stresses me the hell out.
Well,
look, Kyle, if it doesn't work, we could just install the Navy offense and run the option next year.
No, we just got to
go.
make sure Mitch Griffiths or Andy Griffith or whatever his name is doesn't get hurt.
Barney Fife.
Mitch
Floyd
Griffiths.
DeBarber's going to play wide receiver.
Mitch Griffiths is the new Jordy Lowerly for Kyle.
Yeah, no doubt, Matt, no doubt about that.
No, he can't remember his name though. It's Parker. It's
Hey.
Parker Jenkins.
Yeah, I can tell you a little bit about something, some background information on Mitch Griffiths. He went to Broad Run High School, which is in Loudoun County, which is the next county over from me. And Loudoun County is just full of huge high schools. And Broad Run is where he played. He was a Spartan. He was undermanned against every team he played. And so he's a fighter, man. That guy, he went against odds every Friday night and excelled. So I kind of like that about him.
Yeah, no doubt.
Guys, I don't think we've mentioned Matt. I want to ask you guys.
Nobody knows how much money we have left to spend. There's no way nobody knows that. Somebody asked that
Not like there was a salary cap out
in
there
the
that we
group.
could-
Well, there is. It's $20 million. But we're not at that level. We don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Who knows? That's a good question. It's a very good question.
We've
But
heard
nobody knows how much money we have left.
Yeah.
No.
Fellas, how about the tight end position? We brought in 2 there. You guys have any thoughts on those players?
I think they're good pickups. I mean, you bring in a kid with starting experience from App State, and then who was the other one? I remember.
We got the kid from UTRGV.
He was
Texas
their
Rio
starter.
Grande Valley.
Yeah,
and
one of
he's
the best tight ends in the FCS, really.
Yeah, and he's also a basketball player that's got like some crazy skills on the court. So that means he's very athletic. He's going to catch anything.
Antonio Gates.
Hey,
Yeah, there you go.
Here's a great point that Kenny, I was going to ask you. Thank you, Kenny, for one of our stars, listeners and viewers. Kenny says there's a crap load of players in the portal that aren't high on a lot of teams' lists that are going to be looking a place to play. That was one of my questions I was going to ask you guys. Thank you, Kenny. That's a nice segue. Are there any like diamond in the roughs out there, guys that you maybe have heard of that not many people are big on? You know, that like.
I'd have to study the portal, but yeah, I'm sure there are. They're going to be, that's something we talked about earlier in the show. Portal closes on the 16th in terms of entering, and if you're already in the portal and you ain't signed, there'll be a lot of those guys sitting around playing pocket pool until after spring when people have some positions they need to fill they realize they missed on, and a lot of those guys will probably be sitting there until post spring practice. But yeah, there's a lot of players in the portal, and there's definitely going to be some guys that will end up contributing somewhere and being major factors on football teams that won't get signed until after spring ball. That'll just be sitting in the portal waiting.
That's true. Yeah. Hey, let me ask you all a question about 2024, the portal in 2024. Did you all think that we hit home runs with Caton Hauser and Garcia? I think we didn't know what we had. I feel like that maybe Mitch Griffiths is just as accomplished as Hauser was at that point.
I thought Hauser had bigger upside because he was younger. I think Mitch is kind of going to be what he's going to be. He hasn't had a chance to start in a system like this. What he played in Wake Forest was completely different. Apparently, he excelled in it, at least in practice, and when he had times to step on the field at Texas Tech. So I know Bubba's really big on Mitch. So I think he could, do really well, particularly in this system. I think they think he's going to. I think that Jordan Davis fully believes in him. And 10 starts in the FBS at Wake Forest and one. Did he start one at Texas Tech?
Yeah, I think it was 9-1 is the breakdown.
So he I think in this system, I think he'll probably do pretty well. The problem is, we got to make sure we have some competition for him and some backups.
Yeah.
Against Oklahoma State.
Okay, how did he do, Bubba, in that game? I'm sure. I know they won. Oklahoma State was drizzling shits.
Well, while he's pulling that up, I would caution people too on, assigning too much criticism for what he did at Wake, and for a few reasons. Number one, it's a totally different system. All right, He was younger. Players mature. Players get better, especially at the quarterback position. Things slow down. And so much of this game is being in the right system that works for you as a quarterback. So I don't really put too much emphasis on like what he did or didn't do at Wake. You got to get people in, and you got to evaluate them, and you got to let them compete for the job, and that's pretty much how it goes. So I think it's a good signing. This is a quarterback-friendly system, to say the least. So let's see what he can do.
Said, there you go, 9 of 13 for 172 and a TD.
Yeah, they won 42-0. So there you go. I mean, he performed well in that game. So thanks for that info, Bubba.
What were the numbers?
9 of 13.
9 of 13 for 172.
All right,
and a touchdown.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he definitely is a good pickup for us, and so it's not like
we just need other good pickups there. You can't, because if he at this point, if he gets injured, it's Cole Hodge's job, and Cole Hodge may be the next Brett Favre, but as of right now, he could be the next Brett Butler. I mean, I don't know. I mean Brett Butler, the female comedian, not the baseball player. But
hey, one last time, Kyle, before we move on. We don't know how much money we've got left. Kyle made that obvious a while ago. So, that question's been answered. So we don't know. We have no way of knowing how much money we got left.
Yeah. Thanks, Stevie.
Sorry, but somebody keeps asking that over and over again. That's why I'm.
Yeah, it's that
$4 million. We have $4 million left.
There you go.
Yeah.
Something I do wonder about the money, fellas, is like, let's say we did have an opportunity to bring somebody in still, because there's going to be more movement in these next few days here. Would somebody be willing to step up? This is just a total hypothetical question, but I would love to know, roughly how much we're going to spend this year.
Boy, I would think that well's going to run dry, because if you would think if somebody was going to step up, they would have already stepped up at this point. If they're, let's say we didn't want to make a run at a specific quarterback that, to try to shore things up even more so than if, things work out with the kid that is playing in the national championship game. You would think that money somebody would have already stepped up. So my answer to that, Matt, is probably not significantly. I could be wrong, but you would think all wells have been bled dry at this point. That the money that's there is there by and large, anyway.
Yep, good point.
Now, if Mr. Beast decides he wants to, help us try to win a national championship, then things could change. But it sure would have been nice if he'd have done that a week ago.
Yeah, I agree, Kyle. Hey, are y'all surprised? I gave my list of American rankings for the portal, and ECU was 5. Tulane was 9. We know Tulane just got a bunch of money from playing in the playoffs.
Yeah, across those rankings.
Do you think they're just holding it for a late flurry, or they got something up their sleeve? Or I don't really care about.
I think their new head coach is an imbecile. He was horrible at Southern Miss. I can't believe he got the job, but
because he was Kyle, wasn't he the offensive coordinator at Tulane? Then he went to be the head coach at Southern Miss.
Yes.
And now he's back at Tulane.
He was the offensive coordinator this year at Tulane also. But
horrible.
But hey, Dave, if you look at the offensive coordinators that have been in Tulane in the last 25 years, he was the least accomplished of any of them.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't like that hire, but I don't know. And again, maybe they are. I don't know how much I trust these rankings. I can tell you, I look at what we've done in the portal, and I think we've done extremely well. Like I said, the only place that concerns me is quarterback.
Yeah.
Not the one we signed. I'm fine. This is not an indictment on Mitch. How do you say his last name, guys?
Griffiths.
Mitch Griffiths.
You're thinking Andy Griffith. We got to get away
and it's
from
messing
that.
with you.
Mitch Griffiths.
Griffiths, right? Griffiths.
Mitch Griffiths. It's not a problem with him. I have no problem with him. I think he's a quality player. It's that we need more. We need more.
There you go, Kyle.
Griffiths.
Kyle, at least you don't have to worry about Jordy Lowry anymore.
Dude from McDonald's.
The Grimace.
Yeah, Grimace. Yeah.
Fellas, really quick, and I know we're kind of jumping around here, but there's just a lot to talk about. Just wanted to go back, to the O-line for a second. We brought in 2 players in early December from the JUCO ranks. Christian Harris from Garden City. Listen to some of the sizes of these offensive. 6'7", 305. All right. Woo. Bryson Esser, another one from Garden City, 6'8", 295. All right. Hayes Creel, Southern Miss offensive tackle, 6'7", 310. Let's see. Ethan Kramer, 6'4", 300, more of an interior guy. And I know I'm missing somebody here, but my point is this. We're bringing in some monster offensive linemen. I mean, I hope that
ask you guys about that.
I hope that a lot of these guys develop and pan out, but size is not going to be an issue on the O-line.
No. That's one of the things, Matt, how many times as a former player have we talked about the very fact of that very thing of you look at the offensive line of, say, whatever school, right, and we line up against them, and they're like, wow, those, defensive linemen against our offensive linemen, it's just not even fair, because they're not the size. And also size isn't always everything, right, Matt? You want to make sure those guys are athletic too.
That's what the ladies always tell Matt.
I knew that was coming. Absolutely. You got to be able to play the game. And, but it does highlight, when you evaluate quarterbacks and, let's talk about a potential addition that's playing in the national championship. He's 6'5", versus a guy who's 5'10" or 6 foot tall. When you're trying to make tight window throws, and you have offensive linemen who are 6'7", it does help.
6'7".
It does help to have some size.
But Pays, I would say that is completely 100% believable. I would be shocked if we didn't spend over $1 million on offensive linemen. Probably significantly over $1 million. I mean, you got an all-conference USA lineman that played for the conference champion. You got a starter from the Sun Belt. You got a high-level FCS starter. So yeah, I think it's safe to say we spent over $1 million.
Yeah, well, the fact of the matter that it'll be interesting to see about how much. By the way, if we do get that player from one of the teams in the national championship game, I'm going to ask you this generically.
We better get him.
Yeah, we better. So let me ask you guys. I'm not going to say the player's name, but let's say that we get that backup quarterback from one of the teams in the national championship. I'll start with Stevie because he's the head coach of our show. Stevie, how much are you paying him?
A backup?
No, he was a backup at Miami.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I know what you mean.
Good job, Dave.
Yeah.
This is the
Emory Williams. God damn it, Emory Williams.
We tried. We tried.
At this point, you might as well just say it.
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to say. I mean, he doesn't have that much of a track record. I don't really know. I don't really know what you would pay.
I guess it's going to depend on what how much he's going for out there. I don't know. It's hard to say.
That's a good question, but I have no idea what.
It's hard to say. I would think a few $100,000.
So you're not going to give him.
No. You're dividing that money. You're dividing that money that was going to go to Hauser between Mitch Griffiths and the kid that I just said his name. And probably you're dividing that money up. So no, he's nowhere near $1 million. But yeah, he'll get a nice paycheck.
I actually thought up to 500,000. I actually thought up to 500.
I could believe that. Matt. Yeah, I could believe that.
Just seeing what these schools are paying, I mean, it's outrageous. Yeah. So, if that's your guy, if that's your guy that you have identified, you've evaluated him, you've decided that that's the guy you want to go with, you got to spend.
Is Shannon Dawson the OC at Miami?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Now, we've already had one quarterback from Miami, backup quarterback, Jake Garcia.
Hush.
Oh, don't put a hex on this guy
Oh, this is so much fun. This is so much fun. Yeah, so I just texted one of our friends, and they're hearing 3 million. That's total. I'm not going to say the person's name that we
3
have.
million is how much we have left, or how much
How much we have left? Yeah, sorry,
Oh,
not putting on the quarterback. No. Definitely not. That would be.
Ryan King has said he's hearing 500 to 750,000.
Yeah, that's not good.
If we had 3 million left and we didn't do it,
what the quarterback's going to cost us.
right? Yeah. If we have 3 million left in the budget, then I would say somebody failed miserably at their job.
Well, what I'm saying is,
because you got to spend that. If you have money, especially the revenue share, you got to spend it. That's what it's there for.
So you're saying well, I mean, we're still signing guys. We still have quite a few guys to sign, including 2 quarterbacks, Matt. So, I mean, I don't know. We would have to know how much we started with, and there's so many. Was it 8 million? Was it 5 million? Was it 6 million?
13 million it was the highest that I heard.
Yeah, no, I think that's for all of athletics. So I don't know. I doubt we have 3 million left. But if we'll see.
Will be well. If we do have 3 million, that means we're going to have a very good week, right, Matt? Do you think that they're? What I'm thinking is with.
You would think.
I'd be looking. If we had 3 million, I'd be looking for another offensive tackle, and I would pay up.
I was going to ask about defensive line. As far as Matt, do we have? And guys, help me out on this.
I'd spend it all on a quarterback and call it a day.
Yeah.
I was going to ask about as far as pass rushers. Do we have any pass rushers that we're coming in?
No, I mean we have a freshman.
Yeah, I meant from what you guys know about the portal, that was one position
we do not
concerned about.
No, edge rushers are like top priority in the portal. I'll tell you that, and we didn't get any of them yet.
But again, Matt, we talked about, and Stevie, Kyle, and Johnny, we talk about how great Roy Tesh is at developing guys. I mean, player development is one of his strengths in addition to recruiting. So even if, let's say it's a 2-star guy that we get, he could make them go a lot higher as far as their development by the time they leave here.
100%.
I would trust Roy Tesh's evaluation of defensive line talent along with Blake Harrell. We didn't sign any last year because he trusted the guys he developed, and I think they still trust the guys they're developing. But any defensive lineman they sign, I would expect to contribute.
And remember this, guys. Last year in our high school recruiting class, we brought in a bunch of guys. We call them D-line, but like we brought in, I call them tweener guys, like guys who are 6'3", 245 pounds, right? They could go either way. They could wind up being edge. They could gain 30 pounds, 40 pounds, and wind up being on the interior. We brought in a lot of guys like that last year that give you kind of flex, especially in a 3-4 defense. Mm-hmm. They give you flexibility where you can kind of move them around. So I do think they're feeling pretty good about what we have in the front seven.
And Johnny, by the way, this year you brought up the point, so I want to give you credit. We signed a whole bunch of linebackers, right, for this year's
Yeah, absolutely. The best. Well, other than the Matt, what year were you a senior in high school? Other than that year. This is the second best linebacker recruiting class ever, apparently.
By the way,
thank you, JR. Thank you.
Pace says we still have about 7 commits left to announce. I believe we are trying to get around 23. Cliff Godwin.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Hey, we did get an edge rusher out of the portal in 24, but I feel like he underperformed. Raheem Craig, what do you think about that, man?
Yeah, I thought he was a little inconsistent. I mean, he had some moments, but never really. He didn't get a ton of pressure or sacks. Most of our sacks came from the interior.
He had a great ball game. He saved it all for the last game of his career.
Dujour. Are you thinking of Dujour?
No, both of them. They both had great games.
Yeah, Dujour had a hell of a ball game.
What about special teams, guys? We were talking about
there was a punter that's visiting. I've heard. Haven't heard anything about a kicker. Obviously, we're going to sign one or two. I don't know if those guys we're going to get just later. I don't know how many kickers are in the portal. We did a hell of a job signing the kicker this year. So and that's something that I would, again, Logan used to always, he got to a point where he kept a kicker on scholarship. I think this year our kicker, he was a weapon for us at times. So that is something you're going to see us take a kicker out of the portal. There's no doubt about it. At what point, whether it's between now and the 16th, or if it's later than that, I don't know. But it's something we definitely need to address. I don't know how many kickers have signed out of the portal at this point. Have you guys noticed? I don't know how much anybody's following other schools.
I don't care about kickers, Kyle. So I'm not paying attention to that.
You
I don't worry about them.
Yeah, you don't care about it when it left. Hey, Baltimore Ravens didn't.
We had 3 this year, by the way.
Yeah, but Maisie was the guy that we signed from New Hampshire or Vermont or Rhode Island, wherever it was, and he did a hell of a job.
One of those damn New England states.
Yeah.
Stevie, you make a great point. I was thinking about your brother last. Like I told you, I was wondering if I should be pulling for the Ravens because I wanted the Steelers to win because of my luck. And when I saw that kick miss, I was like, hallelujah, thank you, Lord, for Stevie. Like
I was saying to JR, the Ravens fans sure wish they had a good kicker last week.
Yeah,
oh boy, yeah, they sure do, Stevie.
Yeah, that's something. You know what? Wait a minute.
All right, Kyle.
Griffiths.
I'll just say Griffiths tonight, and so we could get a laugh. Matt, as far as like I was saying, are there any other positions? Are there any things that saying, "Hey, man, I would," as far as this, it seems like if we get the quarterback we're talking about, and then add a few more pieces, we'll be in really good shape.
Absolutely. I mean, the quarterback is the one goes without saying. I think left tackle is still a concern because the Southern Miss kid, and I'm drawing a blank on his name, he played.
Creel?
Thank you very much. He's he's at his best at right tackle when you look at his numbers. Now, you have options. You have Neoli. I hope I'm saying it, Neolion. Who is already on our roster. He's a candidate for left tackle. Or you could take, why am I drawing a name on his? He played right tackle for us this year. Help me out, JR.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he started right tackle for us this year. Him and Sarnowski.
Yeah, Sarnowski's gone.
Bryce
Weaver? Bryce Weaver,
thank you. You could potentially move him to left tackle. So you have some options, but that position concerns me a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, here's an interesting thing on the defense. So last year, for the boundary safety, it was pretty much a heated competition preseason between Tegan Wilk and Demarius Hines. And Demarius Hines, unfortunately, had a season-ending injury. Assuming that he's back 100%, you would think that he would be the boundary safety coming up. And then out of the portal, we got Christian Peterson from UCF as the free safety. And we also got Ramon Mosby from Louisville as one of the cornerbacks. If all 3 of them start, they all were high school teammates at Westlake in Atlanta, and their coach was Rico Zachary, who's our outside linebackers coach right now. So that would be pretty amazing if we had 3 starters on defense that were high school teammates.
And I like that, Matt, because you want to talk about chemistry. They know each other. And Matt, you made a point. I think it was last week or the last couple weeks ago, about how much fun you were talking to your fellow guys like Mark Lemiano, different ones. How much of a compliment is that for former players to say how much fun it is to play in Blake Harrell's defense? It's still Blake Harrell's defense. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, no, me and Liviano were talking about a week ago, and we were saying like it must be amazing to play in this kind of defense because, I mean, you're always attacking. It's versatile. It's exciting. So like guys out there in the portal should want to play in a defense like this. If you like to rush the passer, it doesn't get much better.
No doubt. And I've told you guys, we'll see how it turns out with the quarterback situation. But we still have to wait, what, Kyle? Another 14 days? 13, 14 days? As far as waiting on for that particular quarterback to enter the portal?
I'm hoping
on the 20th?
It'll be the day after the national championship
Yeah,
game, which is next Monday. So yeah, so no, it's not 14 days. It'll, I wish it could happen sooner. I wish that particular team would change their rules and allow the kid to participate in the national championship game while go ahead and make it a portal commitment because it's a team rule that's not allowing it to happen. But hopefully everything works out as planned. That way we have depth for competition. Then also the question with Jaden Davis, the Michigan kid, is he coming? If not, we're going to have to find somebody else for our third quarterback.
Yeah.
And that's why.
Oh, go ahead, Dave.
No, I was just going to add to this point. Don't you guys think that's probably why Dida left, knowing that he would be third, maybe fourth string?
No, I don't. If he had that thought, I think he could have. I have confidence. I think he didn't like that we brought in a kid who started 10 FBS games, and then that the other kid was coming, and then he was going to have to compete for the job. I think he was probably fine with one, not fine with two. And I'm guessing it could be a money situation also where he didn't feel he was getting compensated at the level as the other quarterback. But again, I have complete confidence in Mitch Griffiths. He'll be the favorite. He'll be the favorite to win the job. Yeah, I know. He'll be the favorite to win the. He'll be the favorite to win the job. But we've got to have competition for him. Yeah. And we've got to have quality backups. I mean, he could look fantastic. You play Alabama game one sack, boom, you better have a good backup.
Mm-hmm. Yep, no doubt.
Wow. So I guess we could go ahead and are you guys having any more talk about the different position rooms? Or I know Brandon asked, we talked about the linebacker room. We took Brandon a lot of kids from the high school ranks. Like Johnny said, you may have missed that, but Johnny was the one that pointed out. So I wanted to give him credit again. The most linebackers we've taken, the best linebacker class since Matt Semenza and company. So it's been a long time, since the 90s. It's that good. So is there any other position room, or do you guys want to go ahead and start talking about a midterm grade where it's like college? We're not saying it's the final grade. I want to make that very clear. It's not the final grade. Where we are right now on Sunday night, we have until Friday. So we've got a big week, a big push. It's Sunday night, January the 11th, and we're almost into Monday. I'm going to start with Stevie. Do you have a grade for the Pirates on where we are right now with the transfer portal?
Well, considering we still got more to go right now I'll give us a B+.
Okay.
Because there's still some. There you go. Go ahead, Kyle.
It's a solid B. I think if and this is going to sound dumb, I'm going to give it a B because of Dida leaving, and I know that's really nothing we could do about that. But since we only have two as we sit here today, two scholarship quarterbacks on the roster. We've only signed one, and we lost one. I'm going to give it a B. If that hadn't happened with Dida, I would say a B+. But if we close strong, we get the quarterback we're looking at and another quarterback that we feel like can play at this level. We signed two more quarterbacks, and we're happy with those. And then you finish out, sign another offensive lineman, sign a couple D linemen. The grade can easily get up to an A. Right now, I'll give it a solid B.
All right, and thanks to John White. Speaking of, he's given us a great grade. He gave us $8 tonight. You can keep that money coming in. He said it's a crush for one of y'all. Good content tonight. John White, of course, one of the great pitchers during the Gary Overton, Coach O years of
Thank you,
ECU.
John.
Thank you, John.
So thank you, John.
Legend.
Yeah, I mean, Matt, I'm worried about Matt. For those of you just joining us, if we don't get more money coming in, he's going to another podcast. He's in the transfer portal, and he doesn't want to have Pete as like he might be on the depth chart. You know, I don't know. Like he's worried. He knows he's a first stringer. He should know, but he's worried he might be a second or third stringer on, you know, like on the show. And so he's hoping.
I assure you, he will not be Coy or Vance.
Well, like I said, unlike Ditta, I am not afraid of competition. So I'm planning on staying right here.
Don't worry about the offensive line room. If you can look at my picture up there, at the age of 52, I am now using my 4 years of eligibility. I'm going to sign with ECU.
Oh man, that's awesome. Hey, Matt, did you know about that? Is that breaking news?
I did not know about that. I didn't
I don't
know.
know about that Scotty Montgomery era uniform you got on there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had to do what I had to do, Kyle. It was last minute.
Well, they did. Yeah, they haven't. He hasn't had an official visit yet. He's just clearing on our show tonight. So
he bought that at the equipment sale.
Oh my gosh, that was great play there, Kyle. That was a good one. Yeah, but go ahead and keep that money coming in, guys, for the super chat. Thanks to John. We appreciate again very much, John White, a friend of the show. And
do you have a question from?
Keep that money, Dave. Keep that money
coming in.
Yeah, Matt, we don't want to lose Matt. So if you're just,
we appreciate the donations last week and appreciate the donation this week. We do really genuinely appreciate all you listeners. You don't have to do that, but it's greatly appreciated. And if you get us up one of these episodes, if you get us up to $200 on one episode, Stevie will get on camera naked.
Oh man, well you definitely won't get the money.
You're gonna lose some money there, but
wait a minute, Stevie, you're worth more than $200, right?
You just lost half your followers right now.
No doubt.
No. I'm going to be Stevie's agent now. I'm going to be one of those agents, and we need more than $200 for that to happen.
Yeah, you're gonna need a lot more than $200 for me to get on camera like that. It ain't
I'm trying to help you out, Stevie.
Tarps might come off, but
thank God for telescopic lenses for the.
Oh, wait a minute. All right, here we go. Brooks Craig gave $4.99.
There you go.
Here we go. It's starting again, Matt. We're having a flurry.
There you go. That's, you give the opportunity to see Stevie fly naked, and the money just starts flying in.
Kenny said, "Can I get my money back from last year?"
Kenny is awesome.
No refunds, Kenny. No refunds.
Yeah,
we've seen Kenny without his shirt. I've seen Kenny without his shirt on Facebook.
Wait a minute. Let me just say this. So we are not, Matt, we are not offering a money back guarantee on our show.
No. Once you spend the money is gone quickly.
It's in the bank.
Quickly. So
Drew has a question, by the way, guys. Can I have your thoughts on offering the Monroe kid at tight end per Kevin? Nowadays, I feel like we should be offering any and everyone.
You talking about the Kevin Monroe's son that went to Stanford?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I wish we would have. He's a legacy player. If he's good enough to play at Stanford, he should have been good enough to play here.
That was a Mike Houston thing. So let me be very clear. That's not Blake Harrell. That was a Mike Houston thing.
Yeah, and who knows? In the day and age of this transfer portal, he could end up in Greenville after all. Ryan King with $5.
He's taking away $5.
He's mine. He took away the $5. Okay. Well.
Wait a minute now.
I agree with that, Kyle. I think that Monroe maybe next season. He's going to not leave Stanford at this point, and plus we're loaded at tight end now. But yeah, I think that it's not out of the question. We could see him in a Pirate uniform. Yeah,
what I was told the distinction to make, Matt, is that basically what it happened is that if it were Blake Harrell there, he would have got offered. But I'm not trying to make it Mike Houston versus Blake Harrell, but that's my understanding. So there is the point being made. There is a hope to have Monroe come back.
Yeah, I would love to see it. I mean, I would love to see us take care of a legacy recruit who can obviously play. So, yeah, hopefully it does work out.
Hey, to make y'all feel better, there's a multitude of kickers available in the portal.
Okay,
2,
good.
3. Yeah, we got tons of them in there. So
That was one of my things, Johnny. Thank you. Was that I was thinking there's got to be with that position because you don't have that
well,
many.
yeah, I'll just tell you real quick. These are all 3-star kickers that weren't the starters, but elected to get out. Florida State, Arkansas, California, LSU, Florida, Nebraska, and Auburn. They're all leaving to try to find a starting spot.
And more clarity on that also, as you say that, I just got a text message. We are looking at kickers. We are definitely going to sign potentially multiple kickers, but we just have not made a decision on a kicker yet.
Very good.
Kenny was asking about punters.
I saw something on Hoist the Colors about a punter that we were looking at. Did any of you guys see that? I know I read something about it.
Is he from New Zealand or Australia or?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
David
know.
excited here on the kickers out there need one soon. I think absolutely because Matt, you know what's crazy is you see these NFL kickers are kicking 50 and 60 yarders like they're
67-yarder the other day, Dave.
Yeah, what's going on with that? Is there, maybe y'all? I've just noticed that
robot legs.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Training. It's training and technique.
It's just getting more advanced like everything. But I've also heard they're allowed to use their own balls and choose their own balls that they can kick with. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I don't know. Maybe there's something to it.
With Tom Brady, would that be like the PSI? I never heard of
that. It's something like that, and that's what's kind of odd about it. So I don't know if that's true or not, but
it is true, Matt. There's definitely kicking balls where you can the pressure doesn't have to be the same as a regulation game ball, and it can be a different brand. It can be.
There you go. Well, I'll tell you what, the Ole Miss kicker the other night hit I think it was a 58-yarder, but that thing would have been good from 70.
Yeah,
then he hit 2. I think he had a 52-yard attempt. Well, there were 2 of them. He doinked them off the left upright. One bounced out, one ricocheted in. And that kid is a weapon.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, we saw.
Kevin said roids. It's steroids.
Into the foot, directly into the foot. But no, I mean, Nick Mazie was an absolute weapon for us this past season. You know, what a pickup he was out of New Hampshire. So, yeah, we have got to identify a good kicker.
Yeah, because when we think about this, I know Logan talked in your era, Matt, about, and he talked about on Logan's Zone a few weeks ago about obviously that a field goal is -4 because you should get 7 points. Instead, you're getting 3. However, at the day and age we live in now, every point that you get is necessary. So that the fact that these guys can kick from 50 yards, a 50-yarder now is not a big deal like it used to be when we were growing up.
Well, look no further than the bowl game. That last kick to put us up by 9 was a chip shot, but there's been plenty of times where we've missed chip shots or had absolutely no faith in making that chip shot. When we got that turnover, ran it all the way back down to the red zone, you knew then, hey, keep it conservative because 9 puts us up by 2 scores here, and you felt almost like, we were automatic. And, I'd like to keep that feeling. So, we need to sign a good kicker out the portal. We need to make it a priority this week.
Hey, Matt Irving Bennett said he took a look at the 1995 roster, particularly linebackers. He said, Matt, you guys may have been among the best linebacker groups to ever play for the Pirates.
Amen.
Well, thank you, Irving. I mean, certainly not going to take that praise for myself, but I will say for the other guys, we had some really good ones. We had some great linebackers on that team, and linebackers who were 245, 250 pounds that could run. So some thumpers and some great athletes. So, yeah, thank you.
Morris Foreman, you, Jeff Carr, Mark Loviano, later on with Pernell Griffin from my hometown of Williamston. I mean, there was a whole bunch.
Marvin Burke, Carlos Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a deep linebacker room. Yep.
Well, let's see. There is Alan Vick said there's a young man coming out of Conley named Preston Harden. He punts and kicks. ECU needs to take a look at this kid. He punts and kicks. So Preston Harden, I guess is his name.
Yeah.
Not James Harden, but Preston Harden.
That would be a good use of roster space if we could punt and kick.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And man, maybe we could get maybe we can have a special consultant, get Andrew Bays to your teammate and buddy Semenza.
You want to know how much I disagree with JR on the kicker thing? I would spend $100,000 on a kicker. I would spend $200,000. I would go get the best effing kicker.
You're right about that, Kyle.
You know, and Kyle, you make a good point because you look at looking at the NFL, the Jaguars kicker today. They got the midfield. They would start talking about with his leg.
That's my point. Yeah, I mean,
they would start talking about you're in field goal range. Hit, and granted, it was in Denver, but in warm-ups in Denver a couple weeks ago, he kicked a 74-yard field goal.
Good God. Wow. I mean, you got a guy that could hit consistently in college between 50 and 58. I mean, you just, unless your offense is just horrible, you've pretty much got yourself in scoring position
every time,
every drive almost in college with the way these offenses are. So, I mean, I would spend a lot of money on a kicker. I swear I would.
I agree with you. And Matt, what about you with not only the kicker but the punter? Right? I mean, you look at a kid. Speaking of a friend of ours and a friend of the show with and your teammate Andrew Bays. That's why he was a Hall of Famer. But we've had a lot of great punters over the years, and that can really change. It changes the field and everything.
Oh, absolutely. And there's a lot of good ones out there. If you can look at enough film, evaluate enough talent, I mean, there's got to be some good ones out there. So
good point.
Maybe we have an ace up our sleeve like we did last year.
Kenny makes a great point about the Packers, man. I tell you what, all my friends, Stevie, that's why maybe I need to pull for the Texans tomorrow night. So and
I'll tell you something else about kickers, Dave. I don't mean to step on you there, but it all translates. Unless it's just pressure. Field goal's field goal. I mean, the top kicker in junior college should theoretically be able to do it at FBS level. I mean, that's one position where it's all the same. So, except for the pressure, like when we got the kid from New Hampshire, Maisie, I don't know why I can't remember people's names, guys. It's just part of how my brain works. I'm dyslexic. Blame it on that. But Maisie, he was, all conference. He was all CAA, and and I said, that translates. It's not like, at a linebacker or a defensive line or offensive line, well, you did it at that level, but can you do it at this level? I mean, kicking a football is kicking a football. It's all the same. So, there's a lot of good kickers out there, and I'd get one of them.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I think that when Ruff and McNeil talked about the three sides of the ball, offense, defense, and special teams, when we talk all the time about playing complementary football, man, if you don't, and I think somebody, I forgot who put it up there. I don't know where it was, but they were talking about how we missed points. We missed extra points. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, absolutely, all too well.
Back in the day, yeah.
NC State game, NC State. I think we missed one against South Carolina last time we played them at home, I want to say.
Yeah. There's been key situations where we missed PATs, and you this year with Nick, except for early in the year when he was a little banged up, you felt 100% confident in him. He was consistent and a weapon, and I wish we had him back for another year. Can we get him another year of eligibility? Kids get other years of eligibility now just because they want to. Can we get Nick Maisie another year of eligibility?
I wish, man.
Remember when we had Jake Verity? I mean, it just everything felt automatic.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite kicker? Is Verity your favorite kicker of all time?
Kevin Miller.
I'm going to go back when y'all, probably Dave's the only one to remember, Jeff Heath.
That name, yeah. That rings.
From 1983, he went on, he played in the NFL.
Yeah, I've heard the name.
I got to go Kevin Miller. Kevin was such a good kicker, and then he did some broadcasting work for the Pirates, and always seemed like he had a really good personality too. So I was a big Kevin Miller guy.
Here's hey Stevie.
Yeah, Norman knows.
83 team, Norman Quick, a friend of our show. Norman's been on our show a few times. Thank you, Norman, for coming on. Speaking of one of the greats, Norman Quick from the '83 team. That man, they had an 8-3 team. If you ever want to have some exciting like history of Pirate football, just look at the '83 team. They're one of the best ever. And
the '83 NC State game is on YouTube for anybody that wants to see that '83 team, and it's on. We have a playlist on our YouTube channel of games we've curated together. Not that we've necessarily uploaded, but we've put together a playlist. If you want to find that, I believe that is on there.
Yep.
JR, who was your favorite kicker? Sounds like you were about to name a guy.
Well, no, I wasn't going to name a guy. I was just going to say that, I mean, Andrew Conrad and Noah Perez both hit big field goals for us.
They did.
I'm thinking of Andrew Conrad, the 52-yarder at Tulsa. The field goal at Navy. What's that kid's name? Come on, he's a legend from now till eternity. To win that game in Annapolis.
He actually lost the confidence. That's what sucked because he was a great kid.
State game. Yeah, he looked like a kid. I can't think of his name right now either.
Yeah, he had the curly hair.
Was it Noah Perez?
No.
There it is. Owen Daffer. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Owen Daffer. Yep. So we've had some great kickers. So I don't know that Maisie was that much better than any of the other ones, but he was no argument
consistent.
His consistency this year after the first couple of games was a luxury.
Hartman made some big kicks, but Hartman was inconsistent too. And another kid that made some big kicks and was inconsistent is Matt Semenza's former teammate.
Brantley Rivers.
No, not Brantley Rivers. Help me out, Matt.
Chad Holcomb.
Chad Holcomb. Yes, thank you. Chad Holcomb was a monument of inconsistency.
But the Liberty Bowl, 35, baby.
Liberty, he was tremendous in the Liberty Bowl. The Southern Miss game with the fake field goal. Then he made it after the fake field goal where he got the PI call. He had his moments, but he was a very inconsistent kicker. But he made some clutch kicks.
Oh yeah, and Ben Hartman also made the 2007
UNC game. My favorite field goal. Now you talking about lone favorite. One of my favorite moments in ECU history, but definitely my favorite field goal. Ben Hartman had several game winners. He had UNC in 07, which was magical. After missing several, he had the Hawaii Bowl against Boise, which was magical. He also had a game winner against UCF and a game winner against Marshall. And people forget about those two games. They were in back-to-back weeks in was that 08 or 09? He had the 08. He had Marshall and UCF back-to-back weeks. He had game winners in overtime.
Because that Arkansas game, people talk about that. He got people really upset with him. Like, that dude made a lot of clutch kicks for us.
He was inconsistent though. But yeah, people did get very upset with the Arkansas game and the Liberty
Irving was talking about the 83 team was 13 points away from a national championship. Take away the perpetual referee BS shenanigans, and that team legitimately would have gone 10-1 that year.
They'd have never let us play for the national championship, but your point still stands.
Yeah.
How about Davis Plowman? He had some good years. Davis Plowman. Before Verity, right before Jake Verity.
God, I remember the name.
Yeah. I forgot
Was that Montgomery?
Yeah.
Is that the Montgomery era?
It was 15 and 16, I think.
Okay. Talk about a shaky kick that went through was Conrad at BYU for the game winner. That thing was a doink. That was a doink. It barely cleared the upright. Yeah, I mean, it was just a knuckleball, and it was one of those. It looked good to me, though, Matt.
Oh, here you go, Bubba.
It was one of those kicks when you first saw it, you said, "There's no way," and then you celebrated a minute later.
Nick Maisie, Jake Verity, and Michael Barber.
That's your top three.
Barbour was
Barbour, that's right.
What about here's a blast from the past for you. What about the General Robert Lee? You guys remember him?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, Bubba says best kickers this century since Kevin Miller.
Yeah, so Bubba's going to go with me, Kevin Miller also, I guess.
Kevin Miller had the guys. At one point, didn't Kevin Miller have the most points?
He did. He held our scoring record for a while. He did, yeah. And he And also Kevin Miller was a tremendous golfer.
That's right. He had both. That's right. He played 2 sports, right?
Yep.
That's correct. So you guys done talking now about we're done with kickers? I had some other things to talk about.
Yeah, let's
right.
get to whatever you're going to talk about. We need to wrap
All
this
right,
thing up.
Yeah.
Let me get this in before we go on, because we got somebody listening to the show tonight. I had the you get to meet football players and all that. That's cool and everything. But I had the privilege. I think we talked about this the live from the night before the bowl game. I had a young lady with one of my former football players I coached show up in Alaska, member of the dance team at ECU, Rachel Forbes, and her and her whole group are listening to us tonight. I want to throw a shout out to her.
So we got the dance team
Awesome.
listening, ladies.
Well, I don't know if it's the whole dance team. Some of them are
Well,
listening.
let me say this to any members of the dance team that's listening, ladies. If you like fat old married guys, you feel free to message me on Facebook.
Oh my Lord!
What? Cringe.
Hey, just put it out there.
Cringe.
I want to talk.
Stevie, did you say cringe?
Yeah, Rachel.
Well, that's
Barrett.
cringe. The fact that you just said cringe.
Yeah, cringe.
Cringe.
Say it again. Yeah, Rachel and Barrett are listening, so appreciate you guys listening.
No, I appreciate the young ladies for listening, and appreciate you. Hey, get your friends to listen, pass it along. We'll become the most popular thing on campus. The Sports Objective. We are the hip thing. We're with it with the kids today. They just love us.
We're like whack. We're whack.
No, whack is bad, Stevie.
Whack like PlayStation 2.
The hell?
All right, let's move on to our roundtable. We're going to talk about for Stevie for just a little bit, because you can get this coverage anywhere. Where the NFL wild card round. Unfortunately, the Panthers lost 34-31 to the Rams yesterday. And I guess you're a Rams fan, you love that, but for Panthers fans.
Kenny Carlin says 6'7".
6'7",
6'7".
Yeah. So, your thoughts, guys, on a really good game so far in the wild card round, as Stevie talked about. Stevie, do you want to talk about it? You and I, and I don't know
if Kyle don't mind us talking about the other football.
No, I'll allow it this time. You've got 60 seconds starting now. Go ahead.
Okay. It's the best weekend of NFL football, the wild card weekend, and every game so far has been close. Panthers lost a close one, had it, and then let the Rams score with like a minute or less than a minute left.
18 seconds, I think.
Yeah, and but yeah, the way it started out for the Panthers, go 14-0, and then come back. I think you get a few more pieces at Carolina. You might have a good team. Bryce Young showed up yesterday. I mean, he was impressive. But then,
what'd you think about the Packers Bears? Man, the Packers came out blazing hot early on.
Yeah. Well, and I was at a friend's house. I told him when I left, it was 21-3 in the third quarter. I said, you know what? The Bears are good for coming back in the second half. And by the time I got home, which took about 20 minutes, it was 21-16, and then the Packers just self-destructed. And I heard one of the Packers players say the Bears did nothing special to do that. Yeah, they did. They beat you. So you went home. You went home. So shut your mouth.
That's like the big one. That's Stevie, that's the oldest rivalry in the NFL. So you're not going to get.
I'll go with Kevin. Games have been amazing. Then today, I was at work today, so I listened to the Buffalo.
That was a great game.
Yeah, Josh Allen. I mean, he got beat up. He got beat up today, and he just kept right on coming back. And at Jacksonville, I'll tell you what, if you want to see a coach that's going to be around for a while, it's going to be a really good coach, Liam Cohen at Jacksonville. I saw something today after at the press conference after the game. A reporter actually told him, don't hold your head down, hold your head up. You did a great job this year. And, I think he did do a great job this year, but they get eliminated. And then of course, the game earlier tonight, Dave was happy about this. The defending Super Bowl champions, the Eagles, go home.
The
49ers.
Most, and we'll talk about that after the NFL thing Go ahead and for people in the chat, I'm going to ask this question really quick. Who are the most obnoxious fans? It could be any sport, it could be college, pro, but the Eagles are one of the worst fan bases out there as far as being obnoxious. So go ahead, Stevie.
The turning point of that game, 49ers call a reverse pass and throw to Christian McCaffrey for a touchdown. And then, that fired up the 49ers. And get the win in Philly, that was really impressive. And I think you're going to see A.J. Brown has played his last game as a Philadelphia Eagle.
He had elite, 2 or 3? Let me do my Kyle. I was losing my mind. I can't do it the way he does, but he had, as far as a guy that loves football, he had how many, Stevie? 2 or 3 drop passes?
Well, he also had that sideline altercation with Sirianni. Sirianni running down the sideline, and they get into it. And I just heard a few minutes ago he left out of the locker room without saying a word to his teammates or to the media. So I think he's pretty much done to it. And right now we got the Chargers and the Patriots. Patriots up 6-3 with about 10 minutes left in the third quarter.
Matt, do you want the Patriots to win? I think Matt's a big. He really is.
I don't think he wants the Patriots.
No, absolutely not.
I'm messing. He's a Giants fan. I'm just totally messing with Matt.
I'm surrounded by Patriots fans where I live, so now I'm hoping they lose.
Yeah.
Hey, we didn't finish up, Dave, on your question. Actually, nobody's even answered it yet.
Oh no, so Kenny Curlins, they have answered.
He means he means people on the show.
The most obnoxious fan bases. Why are we not following up on that?
Yeah, we can go. Yeah, we can go. So let's see. Kenny says the Eagles are the most obnoxious. How about this? Ryan King says USF. I wouldn't know.
That's probably from experience at the Birmingham Bowl back in 2006 or 7.
Yeah, I was there.
6. I'm going to say, based on personal experience, I'm gonna probably I'm gonna give 3 UNC fans, because half of them have never set foot on campus at UNC. And I'm not talking about going there because remember I didn't go to ECU, so I'm just talking about in terms of supporting the university. They'll buy a hat at Walmart and call themselves a Tar Heel. So I'm going to go Tar Heel fans. Nothing worse than ECU football fans / UNC basketball fans that looks at Stevie. So Tar Heel fans.
Oh.
Then number 2 on that list are going to be SEC fans in general because they don't know any damn thing about any damn body else except the SEC. With the caveat, I do have a soft spot for Tennessee, and I do cheer for Missouri because of Coach Blackwell. But in general, SEC fans. And then I think West Virginia fans that I've dealt with have been some of the, although my cancer surgeon was a West Virginia graduate, but I'll give him a pass. But and a big West Virginia football fan. But besides that, West Virginia fans have been some of the worst people I've dealt with.
Okay, I'm going with Ohio State Buckeye.
Oh, good call. Good call.
Ohio State. Oh man. Johnny, are you in Greenville?
I think Johnny
Ohio State fans have so much power. They just wouldn't let them get it out.
I think Johnny just turned into the robot from Buck Rogers.
Okay, I was going to say Ohio State #1, Eagles #2 for sure.
All right, Matty Ice, what you got?
Oh man, it's a tough one.
Have y'all ever met UNC fans? How the hell is nobody else in UNC?
Because
you already said them.
And they're harmless. They're laughable, Kyle. You can laugh them off.
Man.
No, you haven't been around. You haven't grown up around Carolina fans, Johnny.
I know many of them. I know many Tar Heels.
I'll tell you, I'll give you a different sport. I would say Lakers fans have always irked me.
Lakers, wow. I wasn't expecting.
Always.
LeBron fans.
Celtics fans, I mean, look, they're tough, but they're great fans. The Lakers fans, man, oof, they can be tough. The whole LA thing. I just thought that anything to do with LA just irks me. College football, I would say NC State fans are probably the most delusional
Yeah, but state fans at least are, unlike Carolina fans, at least state fans are always genuinely fans. They just don't buy a hat and say they're a state fan.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, they're
You'd have to
definitely
live here,
fans.
Matt. You'd have to live here.
Well, I'll tell you.
It seems to me that
Well-
they think that they're better than they really are. More than
Here's
Well,
the-
they do, but so do UNC in football.
yeah.
Well,
Here's
I feel like North Carolina State fans align with me more on what I believe and what I like more than Carolina fans for sure.
Well,
So I respect them for that.
I remember this, guys. For those of you in the Triangle that know the 99.9 The Fan, they had just fired Tom O'Brien as their NC State head football coach, and so they were doing this impromptu live show, right? And this guy calls up and says, "We should be as big as Ohio State," and I'm like, No, you're not as good as Ohio State. I'm sorry, and I'm not even an Ohio State fan. But no, you're not on that level. I'm very sorry, but you're not. And I'm not hating on NC State, but to say that you should be up there with Ohio State is laughable.
Kenny Curlin's Coastal Carolina baseball fans are rude. Their football fans were nice. So I think you got to put a caveat with Coastal Carolina baseball fans. Because my experience with their football fans was fantastic, actually.
Okay, so
I like that with Kenny though. The Coastal Carolina baseball fans are the worst of the worst.
I remember them I remember
right up there with John White's Vanderbilt Whistler.
I remember him at Clark LeClaire in the regional championship, and they were trying to talk shit in small numbers.
Oh.
And so it's their baseball fans are totally different than their football fans. A lot more passion, a lot more success.
Yeah.
So with Kenny, with I will say, give a caveat: Coastal baseball fans.
Yeah.
Kevin makes a great point. The Penguin. Hey, what about this, Semenza?
I agree with that too.
The Northeastern guy, hockey fans, Pittsburgh, the Penguins, and the Bruins fans are obnoxious. Can't stand them.
100.
I'll take his word for it. I mean, I just don't follow hockey closely enough to know.
Oh, I'll tell you,
I just can't. I can't even
Was
comment on it.
Was it the Boston coach called the Carolina the jerks that year? And the Carolina
no. That was the Canadian announcer that was elitist. He was like an elitist hockey person, and he started talking trash, whatever the Canadian national network is, whatever that is. And he started, and so he called him.
Stevie, we should know that.
Yeah.
We should know the Canadian, the big sports network.
TSN.
What is it?
TSN.
That's
TSN.
correct.
Thank you, TSN. Thank you. I knew one of us would think of it if we thought hard about it.
I wonder why.
I do too. We'll never reveal why. It's a secret.
No, we never reveal our source.
Does anybody know why me and Stevie know that?
What, TSN?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Because for years, wrestling, WWE, WCW, the American wrestling products for years, that's where it aired in Canada.
Oh,
both WWF and WCW back in the 90s.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yep.
I do know the network. I didn't know the wrestling was. That makes sense.
Yep.
Hey, we need to have. Hey, Semenza, you got to come down. Stevie, have you been to a Hurricanes game?
Yeah.
Okay, you have. Kyle has not. Johnny, you are a fan of the Hurricanes.
No, funny story about that. I had tickets for. They do a couple teacher appreciation nights a year, and teachers can get dirt cheap tickets. And we had bought tickets for a game, had pretty good seats. And it was when East Carolina was in the semifinal, whatever the final game we hosted in the CBI tournament before we played at Weber State. I believe that was the semifinals. We were playing that the same night, and I chose to go to that instead and sold my Hurricanes tickets. But that's the only time I've ever bought Hurricane tickets.
Well, I have been to a Canes game, Kyle. This out-of-stater. And I had a blast. That place is awesome.
Well, I've been inside that arena many, many times for concerts. The last one being Brooks and Dunn last March. But
we need to do that. We need to have a sports objective night.
Let's go to a concert. Screw a hockey game.
Hockey is a lot of
You
fun.
lost me at concert, Kyle.
Yeah, I know you do, Matt. Dave, you like concerts? Stevie likes concerts?
No, I do like concerts.
JR likes concerts. Matt's not coming anyway. He doesn't like concerts, but shit, he's in Connecticut.
It's a great. Here's what Alan's.
Alan has a new song coming out about it.
Who does?
Matt Semenza.
Oh,
He does.
Check your text message, Kyle.
okay, I will.
Oh boy! All right, let's see it.
I'm scared even.
I don't want to play it on the air because I don't know what it is yet. I'm gonna have
Oh,
to.
it's home. It's a Christmas song.
It's Ernest Saves
Snow falling down on Main Street.
Keep going.
That's the
Something
only one I
about ball.
see.
Oh, you don't. Yeah, well, that's the name of the song. I thought you were reading the lyrics.
No, I was just all right, hold on. You
All right, so Kenny asked, and I can't use somebody else can put that up, but I guess I can. I'm having trouble with my mouse or my computer, so I'm trying to charge
guys,
that up.
when I click it, it plays the song. It plays the song, and y'all can't hear it. I can't read the lyrics, but
All right, so Kenny Curlings has a great one. Who's the most disliked coach? So Bubba has Lane Kiffin in college football.
currently, yeah, I'm gonna go with Kiffin in terms of all time. Jeez, God, let me get back to you on that. Would probably be somebody East Carolina's faced many times over the years that I couldn't stand.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand
Dave
John L.
Doran.
I
Dave
couldn't
Doran.
stand John L. Smith when he was at Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah, Dave Doran would be up there for sure.
He's definitely a heel. He's not a baby face.
So,
And how many state fans actually like Dave Doran, Matt? I mean, like state fans.
Not many.
Yeah, you see Bubba about most disliked in college football, Lane Kiffin. Yeah,
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'll go along with that.
man.
I'll
that
say Nick
guy-
Saban. I'll give you a Nick Saban. I'll one up you.
All right.
What
I'm
about
going
what's the guy's
crazy
name?
here. I'm going Gino Oriama. I can't stand that. I mean,
Oh.
I'm going right down your I'm coming right down your hometown there, but
All
I don't
right.
like him.
He's not the most likable guy, so I'll take it.
Yeah. By the way, Ryan King says that he likes the idea of having a TSO hockey game group rate. So we can make that happen.
Yeah.
Actually.
let's do a concert instead.
I'm concert number one, but Dave, you asked me if I'm a hockey fan. I am not a hockey fan, but I've been to like 4 games, and I'm a Hurricanes fan for sure. I just don't even really understand the rules 100%, but it's fun.
There's
It's
not
fun
that
to
many
go.
hockey. There's not that many
Yeah.
rules in hockey. Which
Let's go
Well,
see Blackberry Smoke. Let's just
There
do
you
that.
go. I'd
instead.
rather go. Yeah, Kyle. 10 out of 10 times. I'm going there.
that's a
All
good.
right, we'll go see Blackberry Smoke. They're gonna be in Roanoke Rapids. We'll make
Yeah.
it. You guys want to go?
Yep. Let's do it.
Dave, you down?
What date is that?
I'll have to check. I think it's in February.
I'll have to see the date if I can. I like them. I've seen them a couple times. They're good.
I've never seen them, but I do like them.
Yeah, they are very good.
And,
Okay.
and guess who won't? Me, I'll go. Dave go. JR will go. Matt will fly down and go. Stevie won't go, and he's right there.
He's holding out for more money. We need more money, folks.
Yeah.
Look, I literally one time was going to a concert, ate dinner with Stevie beforehand. Said, Stevie, look, bro, I'll get you a damn ticket if you want to go. If you don't want to spend the money on it, not that he didn't have the money, if he didn't want to spend the money on it, just because I wanted my boy to go with me. We were eating dinner, and this son of a bitch wouldn't go. He wouldn't even take a free ticket.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't want to be the third wheel that night either.
Well, you were eating. You were the third wheel at dinner.
Well, I mean, that's different. I mean,
Yeah, Kenny.
How is that different?
we were at Cracker Barrel. I mean,
Kenny and I love live music too. We're having RT Johnson. Here's a shameless plug. We're having RT Johnson.
RT Johnson's good.
yeah.
He's coming to the Snack Shack on the 24th. So
I've seen him. He's a good local artist.
yeah, he's really good. Let's see what else I was going to talk about. Hold on, I had in my. For those of you that love ECU baseball, a week from Monday we have the media day. So looking forward to that. It's going to be fun. Let's see. Oh my gosh! Alan Vick says Stevie should have gone with Kyle to see Air Supply. They are great.
Oh no.
Actually, it's not much better. It was Neil McCoy.
Hey, look, put Brandon Forbush up there. This is where Kyle's going to.
Oh, you're going to see Rascal Flats?
Oh, hell no. Stevie will be with you, Brandon. Stevie will be with you. Stevie and Dave will go with you to see. Brandon, Dave, and Stevie will go with you to see
I've been
Rascal
to
Flats.
see Rascal Flats.
They're
I
very
know
good.
you have. I know you have. You Yeah, you can't even make
What
those
were you
jokes
going to
anymore.
call me?
You can't make those jokes anymore.
you.
Bubba, hey, Bubba's got a good one. Bobby Petrino.
I don't like Bobby
No.
Petrino, but that
The
you know
new
that girl.
offense. Hey,
I respect him a little bit.
I respect him for getting that quality of ass he got at Arkansas.
wow.
Yeah.
How do you really feel?
Top tier. Have you seen her, Dave? Google that girl.
Yeah,
She was smoking.
Urban Meyer would have been on my list earlier, but now
yeah.
I've learned to kind of tolerate him a little bit.
Urban, I met Urban Meyer around 2006 when he was the Florida head coach.
Yeah.
And he was very good to, maybe because he was there for the Stevie for the North Carolina High School Athletic Association coaches.
Do y'all think?
What's that?
Who was there?
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer, the Florida coaches, they had him in like 2006.
Oh, okay, I didn't go to that one.
Do you guys think? God, what's the coach of UNC's name?
Bobby Petrino. Oh, you talking
Bill Belichick?
Yeah, Belichick. Yeah, thank you. That's how important he is to me. Do you guys think about Bobby Petrino and Bill Belichick will pick up girls together?
Wow, that's a great one. Hey,
well, when his girlfriend has her sleepover, I'm sure
They'll be I'm sure Bobby will come over and hang out with them for the slumber party.
Yeah.
Matt, can you imagine having Kyle from LaGrange Barber, Bobby Petrino, and Bill Belichick on Franklin Street? I think that would be great.
All going to Sup Dogs.
Now, now I got to have I've got to win the lottery because we all have to have equal amounts of money here. If me and Petrino and Belichick all got equal cash, yeah, I'm gonna eat them both up. I got more swag than both of them.
Oh man,
they just got more money than I got.
Oh man, that's some good stuff there. I tell you what. Yeah. So
Hey, I got a crazy, ridiculous stat for the college football championship game.
Okay,
it's probably only something that I'd be interested in, though. Probably nobody else would care. Nobody else is going to care about this stat. Okay, there's been 33 definitive college football championship games. You know how we used to just have bowl games and then they would vote on. Okay, so there's been the last 33 years we've had a definitive national championship game. Of those 33 games, we've had 66 teams participate.
Right.
62 of them have worn Nike uniforms, and 32 of the 33 champions have worn Nike uniforms. The only difference, the only caveat would be Auburn in 2011 wore Under Armour. And then I know this is crazy. Notre Dame wore Under Armour twice in a losing effort, and Auburn wore them in a losing effort. So 32 out of the last 33 champions have worn Nike. 62 of the last 66 participants have worn Nike. And this year we got 2 Adidas teams. So that tells me teams that are on Team Adidas, like East Carolina.
We're looking up.
We're looking up, buddy.
There you go. See? For everybody that thinks I don't wear the EC stuff, there you go.
Remember what Adidas stands for?
All day long, I dream about Stevie.
Man, I thought you were going somewhere else. So glad. Yeah. So speaking of which, I know that we'll have another show before the national championship game. But Matt, what did you think about that? And I'll get the other guys. But what about Indiana, guys? My gosh, that was a
well-coached team, man. They don't make any mistakes. They're almost perfect. The quarterback he's so accurate. The offensive line is dominant. Really good team. The coach is a maniac, but I like him.
Yeah.
But, he's the guy, and I talked about Kyle when Kyle
is Alan Vick serious? Does Boston College have a New Balance deal?
Yeah, absolutely they do, because that's their headquarters. That's their headquarters.
New Balance makes good products, but you
yeah, they are. No, they
make great products. They make great products, but you couldn't have a less cool brand.
No, but they're Boston based.
New Balance is making a huge splash right now.
Yeah, but they got to rebrand. They're I don't know. They make good stuff. They've always made good stuff. They're it's not a quality issue. It's just a branding. No. It's the branding.
And if you have wide feet, New Balance is the way to go.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I agree with you as a wide foot fellow. New Balance and Skechers has the most choices, but the Nike Air Monarch is sold in a wide, and they just put out a limited edition smoke gray with a black stripe on that, and I got those for Christmas. And they're freaking awesome for somebody with wide feet who
Like
a little
how
bit of
high?
little bit of a sneakerhead, and the options are limited. So
Yeah, me too. But you know what? I'm loyal to a fault to Adidas because that's our brand.
boy,
And
they don't make anything in wide hardly. Good
no,
God.
and you know what? I get my shoes like are falling apart on me, and because my feet are too wide. But I keep buying them, and I'll continue to buy them. But maybe I'll give Nike or New Balance a look because
Okay.
Adidas isn't paying me. You know, I'm not sponsored by them.
Yeah, I have a pair of black Adidas from a couple years ago that fit me pretty well, and I'll rotate them in and out of my shoe wear. I never wear them out because it's so hard to find Adidas in wides.
Kevin's asking about y'all hear about the Notre Dame coach accused of battery?
I did not.
I did. I don't. From what I hear, there's video that kind of clears him.
Okay.
He was just trying to separate people and separate that kid, but I mean, who knows? I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it's that big of a deal. But you know, everything's going to get reported on like that.
Alan Vick is so old. He said that he had a Rockport deal.
Hey, listen, my 9th grade year of basketball, we didn't have a deal, but we all wore. You probably never heard of these shoes, Spot Builts. You ever heard?
Oh,
of
hell
Spot
yeah, Stevie. Spot built turf shoes were the
we had
king.
Spot Built basketball shoes.
Oh, I never
Wow.
no. Those turf
Built
shoes are good,
basketball
but
shoes?
I don't know about basketball shoes. I could see maybe Pony. Pony
Yeah,
was
Pony,
was a brand back then.
I remember Pony.
Dominic Wilkins wore them.
Yeah, Pony and one that's made a comeback is still relevant. Puma.
Yeah,
Those are cool.
Puma is very popular now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you,
I'm
you guys
waiting-
know
I'm waiting
in the
for-
90s, you know what ECU's football uniform brand was?
Huh?
In the 90s?
Russell.
No, before Russell, it
Before
was
that.
Bell or something like that.
It was. Let me tell you, we had the word. It was called Sports Bell.
Yeah, I got it. I cannot believe I got that shit.
I can't believe you got that either. That's impressive.
Oh, Bubba's got it out there. Matt's a big sports bill guy.
Yeah, well, I didn't get that from Bubba. I remembered that on my own. So.
The worst quality uniforms of all time.
I remember the logo and looking at it and going, what the hell is that logo? Because it was a weird logo.
It was about Tennessee wore those.
My junior year, my jersey was so tight and it wouldn't budge. I was praying to God I didn't have an opportunity for an interception because I couldn't lift my arms over my head.
Ryan King to Southern Bell. That's the problem.
I was like the kid from Christmas Story with that jersey on. I couldn't move.
Can't get up. Can't get up. I can't put my arms down.
Ryan King says CEO was an ECU alum. And
wow.
Bubba said they're based out of they were based out of Eastern Tennessee, like maybe Knoxville.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I think they were. Johnson City, I think, is where they were.
Johnson City.
No offense.
See.
No offense to the
I'm gonna go put on my LA gears and go run.
Kyle, can you see
You're British nice.
Kyle Karaoke. Can you do some? We have a new segment called Kyle Karaoke. Karaoke Kyle. Can you do Wagon Wheel? Because they talk about Johnson City.
Yeah. Hey, Matt, you probably don't remember this, but one year when Orlovsky was quarterback, Connecticut wore Aeropostale uniforms.
Really?
Wait a
Yes.
minute. Wait a minute.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Aeropostale, the clothing store, like I just bought my friend some Hello Kitty hoodie from. Aeropostale, the clothing store.
You could get a Dan Orlovsky Aeropostale jersey if you went on eBay, probably.
Wow.
UConn, are you telling me UConn did not wear Aeropostale?
Yes, they did.
Uniforms? No,
yes, they did.
You show me evidence.
And I think Pitt wore it for a year too. I think Pitt wore them for a year too.
What year was this?
Well, when how long's Orlovsky been out? I'm looking it up right now. Someone help me
No
out.
way. There is no way
Yes.
they were.
Yes.
I know. I've never heard this before either. I've never heard.
Okay. Dang it. I'm looking
Alan,
it up right
Alan
now.
Vick said he was a regular at the Chess King. You remember that clothing store?
Apostle.
Hey, Dave, put up Bubba. Bubba's got the all-time one there, British Knights.
I know. I can't.
Yeah, BK British Knights. I used to dig the British Knights back in the early '90s.
It won't let me.
Stevie, didn't British Knights do something with the WWF, or am I remembering that wrong?
I think so, Kyle, but I'm not sure.
You remember who had the deal with WCW in the late '80s?
Oh, Ruse.
That's right.
You had shoes with zippers.
Hey, Kyle, I can buy right now on eBay an Aeropostale size 50 Yukon jersey number 50 for $1,999.99.
This is a game worn jersey.
Game worn, dang right. For that price.
What year was this?
It doesn't say, but I'm going to say.
Give me a roundabout year.
Probably 2010.
I will.
I'm thinking 2010-ish was when Orlovsky was there, right?
Aeropostale's a clothing brand that has a store in the mall. They have nothing to do with athletics. That makes zero sense.
They dabbled in it for a little bit. I know it's weird, but I remember weird things, and that happened.
What was it? Was it between Aeropostale and the Gap? I mean, what was?
Yeah, Bubba says it's true. The only one was UConn.
Okay, I thought maybe Pitt
what did
wore
he
them
say?
for a year.
They make. What did he read that? What did Bubba say?
The overpriced apparel for insecure mall rats. He says he knows of no other sports team, high school, college, or pro who wore Aeropostale.
Now, wait a minute. Now, I have two females, my wife and my best friend, that likes clothes from Aeropostale. So I don't. I'm going to tell Jessica you called her an insecure mall rat, Bubba.
Oh Lord!
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, here you go.
Oh look!
I'm going back to eBay, Kyle. I'm going back to eBay. I can buy a pair of vintage Pitt Panthers football issued track pants, men's 3XL, Aeropostale, $34.
That is so interesting to me that they dabbled in college sports. That is so weird.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
There you go. Bubba pulled it from an article.
Hey guys, growing up, here's another topic really quick. What is your favorite mall store of all time?
Camelot Music.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, I love that.
Boy, I'm gonna go with Stevie. Also, you put me in a Camelot. It would be a tie, Stevie. You put me in the middle of a Camelot in 1995 or the middle of a KB Toys in 1988. I don't know which one I'd rather be in.
Camelot Music or the Gold Mine Arcade in the Runt Rapids Mall.
But that's not a store.
Well, that's still. I mean, that's where I went to at the mall.
All right, Kyle. I can't argue with Kyle. I can't.
You're gonna go Camelot or KB?
Yeah, I mean, I can't go anywhere else. But I will say Orange Julius if I'm hungry.
Oh yeah, they had the hot dogs, Baskin Robbins,
pizza, and the orange.
And they had those little hot dogs, didn't they, Johnny?
Yep, they did, and their pizza was really good.
I didn't try the pizza. I did the hot dogs and those, and the Orange Julius was like a slushy, right?
Yep.
It was the orange juice,
but it was more. It was more
orange juice.
Yes,
they still exist.
Wasn't like a Slurpee.
There are some Dairy Queen / Orange Julius locations. There's one in Goldsboro, as a matter of fact. Dairy Queen / Orange Julius. Not in the mall though. There was a place in the Kinston Mall. You know, I grew up part of my life in Williamston, part of my life in Lenore County. There was a place in the Kinston Mall called Stacy's. It was a little place in the little food place. They had an Andy's in there, Chick-fil-A, and this local place called Stacy's. It was there since the 80s. I didn't start going there until the 90s. And I think Jessica and I started dating in 2000. And we're probably the last generation that, I was done with high school. She was still in high school. And we would go after she got out of high school and go hang out at Stacy's at the mall and then go to the arcade. And we're probably the last generation that did that in the early 2000s.
Well, yeah, that for me, that my favorite store growing up would have to be a local chain, and that'll be Record Bar. And Record Bar was I actually met the architect. I did a show with him in Raleigh, a radio show. But the architect for Record Bar, Stephen Clip is his name. But he told me all about how they made all that stuff. And every Tuesday, Stevie, Kyle, do you remember that? Every Tuesday is
Her
when
mom did have it going on, as a matter of fact, Bubba.
Stacy.
Yeah, Stacey's mom.
But anyway, I love.
Does your wife's? No, never mind.
Wow.
I was about to make a joke, but I can't. It's either I don't want. Never mind. I'm not going to make the joke.
No,
Bubba. You know why?
How
You know
about
why.
this? Kenny says Acosta should sponsor the Florida Gators. Izod.
Izod, yes.
Yeah.
And Bubba said he thought that as well. How about this? Frank's Pizza and the Record Bar in the Washington Mall. That was called. Remember that, Kenny? That was called. It wasn't even Record Bar. It was like the most generic name you could ever. It was called the Mall Record Shop. The Mall Record Shop. I mean, that's how generic it was. And yes, Tuesday was the new release day at Record Bar.
Yeah.
I'm laughing at Bubba. Yeah, I got the last thing that I remember I bought at the Mall Record Shop in Washington. Those of you that love Led Zeppelin, they had 1990. They had the box set that came out, and I got the box set of Led Zeppelin in the Mall Record Shop in Washington. I paid like $55 or something nuts there. It was a lot of money. But I love Led Zeppelin, so
yeah.
Not that anybody cares, but here you go, Kyle.
Yeah.
You leave my
I did. I left her.
Oh my God. Richard Allsbrook in through the outdoor. Yeah, Led Zeppelin. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. So
all right, guys. Y'all ready to wrap this up? We've been going a while.
Yeah, 2 hours. Yeah. I was saying about baseball. Media day coming up on Monday. You guys have early thoughts on baseball really quick before we go?
There's plenty of time to talk about baseball. We'll be good. We're preseason top 25 by perfect game. Looking forward to the season.
Yeah, we'll be there. And Stevie, I'll talk. Stevie. Johnny, I'll talk to you about that off air. But it's next Monday. Alan, Vic, and I will definitely be there. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. What a great crowd again. Thank you so much. And feel free to give us money anytime you want. That was great for folks that we'll get out of here. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you back next Sunday night as we'll talk the end of the transfer portal window. We'll do that, and that'll be next week right here on the Sports Objective. Good night, everybody. And as always, go.
You're watching the Sports Objective, the podcast for Pirates.